The other day in the gospel, we heard how no prophet is accepted in their own town. Jesus is rejected by his own people. And in today's readings, both the first reading from the book of the prophet Jeremiah and the Holy Gospel according to Matthew, we see also what happens to prophets, that they are rejected and sometimes put to death. In the case of Jeremiah, the reading begins, "This man deserves death. He has prophesied against this city, as you have heard with your own ears." This is what the priests and the other prophets are saying to the princes and all the people. They want Jeremiah put to death because he is speaking against the city, and they consider that a sin against the common good. And then Jeremiah defends himself, saying that it was the Lord who sent him to prophesy. And he said, "If you kill me, you will be spilling innocent blood." Thereupon it says, "The princes and all the people to whom previously the priests and the prophets had been speaking to when they were condemning Jeremiah say exactly the opposite of what the priests and the prophets said. This man does not deserve death. It is in the name of the Lord, our God, that he speaks to us." When the prophets come to us, they come to call us back to our love for God, and they call us away from sin. And sometimes their words are not welcome. We don't want to change. It's difficult to change, and that difficulty is understandable. One way of responding is the way the priests and the prophets did, by seeking to silence Jeremiah and silence him permanently by killing him. The other way is to recognize that what the prophet is saying is indeed coming from the Lord, and therefore to respect his word. We see this played out over and over again in the Old Testament. We do also today when Herod hears about the reputation of Jesus and thinks that he must be John the Baptist raised from the dead, because Jesus is like John the Baptist, is speaking prophetically, calling us away from sin and into God's grace. This is not welcome in certain circles, and so Herod put John to death because John was telling Herod that his marriage to his brother's wife was unlawful, and unpleasant as it was to Herod. Herod silenced John the Baptist permanently by killing him, not for his own will, but because of Herodias' daughter. But nevertheless, the result was the same. However, when Jesus comes to speak his word to us and to call us back to the love of his Father, it is himself that he gives us in order to do that. Very often as Catholics, we're known for our Catholic guilt. We're known for the problems of guilt that we have, that we carry with us because of the culture of our church, and because of our sacrament of confession and our understanding of the difference between mortal sin and venial sin. And very often we are plagued by a kind of guilt that is not helpful, because like other emotions, say for example anger or even sexual desire, these things are given to us by God for a good purpose, but it's hard to experience these things in an ordered or a balanced way. And Jesus gives himself to us as mercy, so that we won't be focused on guilt, but rather the love of God. Today we celebrate the memorial of Saint Alfonsus, who lived during a period of time in which there was a great deal of problems in the church, and a lot of times moral problems. And one of them was the Heresy of Jansenism, which was this idea that in order to be holy, you had to burden yourself with as many penances as possible, that the only way grace can be shown to be stronger than temptation in us is to live the most rigorous form of life. And St. Alfonsus was a traditional, strict theologian of his time, a Catholic theologian of his times, but he worked very vigorously against this heresy, which becomes an unbearable burden of guilt and obligation instead of a life of love, of fidelity motivated by love. And so what he tried to do through his theological and popular writings was, on the one hand, to show that God is reasonable, that God does not place unbearable burdens upon us. What he asks from us is to do the best that we can, to make a good faith effort at following him. And then also, he taught about the mysteries of Christ. He focused on showing the beauty and the kindness of God by which he saved us, by writing books on the incarnation and the childhood of Jesus, by writing books on the glories of Mary and the passion, death, and resurrection of the Lord. He wanted us to fall in love with the Lord, so like St. Augustine, that we could do what St. Augustine did, which is to love God and then do what we want. The Lord wishes to free us, not to make us prisoners. And he does this because he's given us himself to be our salvation and our strength.